What the heck is up, you guys? It's your boy Ace, aka Animated Heroes, here back with another action figure review. Today we're going to be doing something a little bit different. We are going to be doing a double review, taking a look at the most recent product from the company formerly known as TONSEN ARTTOY. Now they go by whatever this says in the bottom left corner of this package. I don't know, because I'm not even going to try to sign that out. You guys tell me in the comment section below. But big shout out to Omnime Store for sending these products my way. I really wanted to get these, but with all the action figures coming out, I was just unable to do so, but they sent them my way free of charge to review. So again, big shout out to them. If you want to get your hands on these, make sure you go and check out their website. The link will be in the description below. But anyway, I've wasted enough time. Let's go ahead and get started diving right into the sexy packaging. Now, when it comes to the packaging, you don't really have anything special going on. As you guys can see, each of these products does have a different color theme. 1A has more of a reddish brown color, and then 1B has more of a bluish purple color. You got the window where you can see the figure, as well as some of the accessories that are tucked off in there. You've got this really dope silhouette image of the baseball player that I really do like. The warnings at the bottom, the pictures only for reference. Then, of course, on the back, you do have another silhouette image of the figure looking really dang good, man. So nothing too crazy, very neutral packaging, but that's not what we're here for. Now, when it comes to the packaging for the bikes, they already knew that most collectors weren't going to keep these in the box and were probably going to trash them, so they didn't put any effort into even making them presentable. As you guys can see on the front, it does say ROOF 01A with a white background, and then ROOF 01B with a black background. Nothing on the top, nothing on the sides, nothing on the bottom, nothing on the back. Now, anyway, let's actually get the figure out of the packaging so we can take a look at it, as well as these pretty cool bikes. Now, before I get into actually reviewing this figure, the first thing that I want to do is point out just how damn good TONSEN ARTTOY, or KAMIONE Toys, however you say it, is at making their own action figures. Now, it might be a third-party company, but at the end of the day, this is a figure that was 100% sculpted and designed by them. So I got to give them props, man. This thing turned out so damn good, and I'm loving it, man. From this head sculpt, which it kind of looks like an anime character from an older slice of life type anime, but it has the Dragon Ball Z bangs, so I dig that. The hat looks really good. I love the red eyes. That's something that actually makes me want to keep this head sculpt on. Now, when it comes to the jackets on both, as you can see, sculpted very well, man. It's split into 3 parts. Hopefully that makes the articulation work very well. We'll get to that when we do. The logos are on the right arm. I believe this is a Capsule Corp logo. Not sure what this is. I think it says AM. I don't know. You guys tell me. He does have the watch that looks very nice. It sits up pretty high on the wrist, but I mean, he's got these pretty high gloves on, so it makes sense. Speaking of the gloves, they also look good. A whole bunch of sculpted detail in the pants, and then you have the socks that kind of stick out above the boots. This is something that Dragon Ball did, and we never questioned it, so I love that. And then you do have the actual boots that look really freaking good too, man. This is a very beautiful action figure, and honestly, I wish Tamashii Nations would make more stuff like this, man. I love these designs that are based off of just random things that Akira Toriyama decided to draw, and I wish we could have saw more of this in the anime. But yeah, really digging this. I know this one is from one of the volume covers, and I think this might be a manga image. I don't know. If I find the images for reference, I will post them. But yeah, both of these look really damn good. And now, showcasing the bike, I wanted to start off with this thing at a distance so you guys could see every bit of the detail. This thing's a little bit better than I thought it was going to be, man, because first off, it actually is mobile. I thought this was just going to be a statue, but I was completely wrong. This thing moves, and not just at the front wheel. You can actually Turn this thing, man, like a real bike, man. It's got the chain on there and everything. So it makes me question, how much did it cost for them to make this bike alone? Like, this is freaking crazy, yo. This is a big surprise. Now, here is the one that comes with version 1A. I'm gonna zoom in now. As you can see, I thought it was a Capsule Corp logo, but it actually says Popcorn Custom. I don't know if that's something they decided to do or if it actually says that on the manga panel. I highly doubt it, but yeah, man, this looks dope. And then here is the other one here, which is meant for version 1B. I don't think this bike looks as appealing. I'm not a fan of this kind of brown yellow color, but I really do love this red and black, man. This is sick. So very, very big fan of this. This is the one that I am most definitely going to be keeping on display, and I'm sure many of you guys probably feel the exact same about that. Now, for certain sections like this one right here, where I cover the articulation, I'm just going to show off one figure because it's the same figure. So it's not like they're going to have any kind of differences in articulation. He looks up about that much until the hat touches the back of the neck. So really dig that. He looks down a little bit better than I thought. This collar piece actually moves, so that's kind of cool. Really good tilt and turn. A little bit of squeakiness, so I might have to oil the joints, but as you can see, it does work. Arms do go up and out about that much, so not bad at all. When you bring them around, as you guys can see, they come all the way in for those riding bike poses, so that's cool. He does have a swivel at the shoulder. It's not an actual bicep swivel, so that kind of sucks. I do wish it was an actual bicep, but it still works. It's effective, so I can't complain. When it comes to the elbows, really good double jointed elbow, man. I was wondering how they were going to implement that, but I could look at the design and tell that it was double jointed, so that's good. The hands are on, let's see here, a ball peg, very sturdy ball peg at that, and it moves around just fine. Now, when it comes to the diaphragm joint, you guys see it. He leans back about that much, which is actually pretty nice, man. I don't have any gripes about that. Forward about that much, no gripes there. I wish he did get a little bit more mobility going forward, but it has to work enough for him to sit on the bike, so I think that's good. Anyway, really good rocker around here. He's got this weird kind of hinge joint right here, which is what I think is actually going to help him sit on the bike. So that's a clever design choice, and it's actually hidden by this right here, which isn't a piece of articulation. It's actually just a floaty piece. So very smart design. He kicks all the way up, so that's good. He does kick back as well. He does do the splits very well. That's the best split I've seen in an action figure, man. Super dope. He does have a thigh swivel, double jointed knees, a bit stiff, but they do work. And dang it, I was thinking he had a swivel right here, but he does not. No extra articulation around the boot, but he does have really good, wow, holy cow, ankle articulation is crazy. Foot goes down about that much. Not so much. We're getting a little bit of squeaky. You can kind of move that joint to get it to go up a little bit further, but I don't want to mess with that too much. And then he does have a toe hinge. So articulation wise, very good, man. Not the best. There are some areas it could be a tad bit better, but everything works, so I'm not going to complain too much. Now, when it comes to the accessories, everything that I show you guys on the left side of the screen is going to be for version 1A. Everything that I show on the right side of the screen is going to be for version 1B, or basically the one that you see on screen right now. Now, right out of the packaging, he does come with this neutral, kind of angry, focused head sculpt. Sadly, he doesn't come with any extra heads for this particular look. I would have enjoyed that, but most people aren't buying it for this particular character. Now, he does also come with a pair of fist hands as well. Then he does come with a pair of baseball bat holding hands. As you can see, there are the color differences, which are based on which body you decide to use. He does come with a pair of like karate chopping hands. He does come with a pair of martial arts or blasting hands. I say more blasting. I don't know why I said martial arts. He does come with two sets of hands for holding on to these bottles. So I do dig this. As you can see, one bottle is red, one bottle is white. And then he does come with an extra foot piece. I believe this pegs into the base for maybe the bike, and this can be for whenever you're getting him in those bat swinging poses, and so that is cool. Only one of these per each. Then he does come with a soft goods vest. He comes with an orange one, and then he does come with a purple one. The purple one is the one that is meant for this figure that you see on screen right now, and I am about to pop those on in just a second. Now lastly, for what comes in the main box, he does come with his baseball bat, and then he comes with a baseball bat for when he is swinging and actually hitting the ball. Nothing too crazy. These aren't that good. It's a very cheap plastic, you can tell, and then they even painted it pretty sloppily because some of the bat is bleeding onto the ball. I don't think they counted on people really using this accessory, so I can understand why they didn't go too crazy and spend, I don't know if they spent, I guess they spent money making this, but I can see why they wouldn't go too crazy with that. Now moving on to the accessories, I know everyone wants to see the optional Goku parts. As you can see, I've got the head sculpt on the body right now, or at least one of them, and it is obviously reminiscent of early Dragon Ball Akira Toriyama artwork. As you can see, you've got the wavy hair with the little strands of hair sticking out the sides. I love that they did that, man. It's obvious that they took that from Akira's early work. Now, he does come with 4 other faceplates. That makes it 5 in total. He does come with this faceplate for whenever he is drinking the water from the bottle. He comes with this smiling sculpt right here. Love this. And then he does come with this cocky, confident, smirking head sculpt. Obviously, he's getting ready for battle, so that's super dope as well. Then he does come with this very dope windswept hair. This one had the faceplate attached to it where he's kind of looking to the side. And then when you turn it, you can see that the hair is blowing backwards. So I really dig this, man. This is the best windswept hair for Goku we've gotten in any figure, period, man. I dig this a ton. Then he does come with 2 power poles that are meant to go over his shoulder. The one on the left, which is the red and gray, obviously meant for version 1A, and then the red and green meant for this version right here. Lastly, he does come with a power pole as well. Very, very light plastic, so be careful with this. It does feel like it could be fragile. It is not a durable plastic, but I mean, it's pretty much what I would expect from Tamashii Nations as well. So super duper dope in terms of the Goku accessories, but they do have a problem, and we'll discuss that now. Now, what I mean by problem is, as you guys can see, the head sculpt fits on this body fine. It's not wobbling, it's not going anywhere, it is staying on. Now, when you pop the head sculpt off, you can see this is a pretty decent sized ball peg. Decent sized, but I'm sure you guys already get where I'm going with this. If you look at it in comparison to this, which is the Demoniacal Fit Goku, or even an official Tamashii Nations product, which is, this is the Lowest Born Saiyan, it is completely different. Now, the promo images made it seem like you could put this Goku head on other Goku bodies, but if you try to put it onto the Demoniacal Fit, it'll kind of sit there, but it's going to wobble around. And if you try to put it on the official product, which this is the Lowest Born Saiyan, doesn't go at all. Not at all. So it seems like you're going to have to do a neck peg conversion in order to get this to fit on any of your Goku figures, which kind of sucks. It means you'd have to buy another Goku based on which body you want to put this head sculpt on. But the thing about that is, man, sometimes these are pretty difficult to get out. So just be aware that this could be a pain. And I will tell you guys now, this ball peg right here, if you're planning on pulling this out and putting it on any of your figures, you better be ready to carve into the plastic that is on either the official or the other third-party company product you plan on using. And I'm no customizer, so I'm not about to be doing that. Now moving on to some size comparisons, here he is standing next to a couple of Gokus, which I've decided to base them kind of off of sagas. As you can see, you do have the SH Figuarts Lowest Born Saiyan, which is pretty much an early Dragon Ball Z Goku. Then of course you have him standing next to the Demoniacal Fit Goku, which kind of emulates that Cell Saga to even Majin Buu look. And then last but not least, of course, you do have the Daima look as well, which is based on modern day Dragon Ball. Now next up for another batch of Goku figures, here he is standing next to the SH Figuarts Saiyan Raised on Earth Goku, which at this point is probably the worst of the bunch. We've got him standing next to an SH Figuarts first Dragon Ball release Goku, and then we have him standing next to the SH Figuarts Dragon Ball Daima Goku Mini. And last but not least, here he is standing next to an SH Figuarts Old Battle Style Armor Vegeta, the SH Figuarts Boy from the Future Trunks, and then an SH Figuarts Dragon Ball Bulma. Now, something like this I'm always going to love because it feels like a Goku that can fit in any particular section of your display if you were to display your Dragon Ball Figuarts by arc or saga. It feels like you could use this as a late Dragon Ball look for when Goku gets older. Feels like you could use it as an early Dragon Ball Z look, a mid Dragon Ball Z look, maybe the Android Saga, Cell Saga, or you could even use it for the end of the Buu arc. It legit feels like it could fit in everywhere, and that's probably what I enjoy about it the most. Now, that being said, it does have some problems. Now, the first one is one that can easily be fixed, especially if you're someone who doesn't mind taking your figures apart. The joints, very, very tight, very, very squeaky. So you're going to have to oil them in order for you to be able to move this figure around effectively without worrying about it potentially breaking on you. The second one, the one that I hate to even have to mention, the fact that these Goku heads cannot be put on other bodies. Now, they showcased in the promo images that you could do it, and that's exactly why I'm even mentioning it in the first place. I would have thought that they would have given us some kind of neck peg conversion so that it would be easily swappable, but they didn't do that. So, unfortunately, you're going to have to reach out to some third-party customizer in order to make that happen. But I can guarantee you that once you do it, the skin tones do match most Goku bodies, and it is going to look nice, especially if you put it on the body of the Lowest Born Saiyan. I think that's 100% my favorite look. Other than that, man, very, very solid release. Once again, Tonsen Arts or KAMIONE, whatever you call them, showing that they are really damn good at making whole action figures, man. They did good with their Trunks, they did good with their Kid Buu, and now we have this guy. So very, very good figure. I hate the flaws that it has because they do kind of make it suffer, especially not being able to swap the head. But overall, I hope that you guys enjoyed this review. If so, don't forget to give it a thumbs up because that always helps me out. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Make sure you hit that bell icon so you're notified whenever I upload new content. And last but not least, follow me on everything you see listed in the description below to keep all of my activity outside of YouTube. Hope you guys have a great rest of your day. Stay safe wherever you are, and bye.